A very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. Two teams here, each off to 1-0 starts as this one is underway on EA Sports. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. A run for the first time with Bijan Robinson. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at 2nd down. Well, this defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
But we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback this week.
For the quarterback from Michigan, it's a 1st down. Jefferson going to go in motion right. Looking to throw McCarthy. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. JPP cruising in for the sack that time.
It's 2nd and 21 at the 30-yard line.
Here's McCarthy. This one brought in by Jefferson. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there, because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. 3rd down from the gun, McCarthy. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. That's good for a 1st down, his 2nd catch of the opening drive. A nice throw right there. And, Charles, this is game number 2 in the NFL for this young rookie. His guys getting the victory last week, and he played pretty well by most accounts. Curious, what did you see?
I saw something similar to what you described, Brandon, because I saw a guy who looked the part, a guy who was in command, not just with the touchdown passes, but definitely looked to be in control of the offense as well. And you and I both know that's often uncommon for a rookie quarterback.
Now a 2nd and 10. Sticking with a pass. Here's McCarthy. In trouble, and he's taken down. Call it a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up 3rd down.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. Now they're coming up on play number 8 of this opening drive, but they're looking at a 3rd and long. Working out of the gun is McCarthy. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And just not much to be had there. 1 yard out to the 10. This defense for the Vikings, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
They work now on 2nd and 9. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And a short gain here across the 10 to the 12. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Here's 3rd and 6. Purdy. That's over the middle and caught by Pearsall. And brought down, but not before reaching the 25. 13 yards there and a Niner first.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Connects with Kittle underneath. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
First down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
Wishnowski on to punt as he sends this one away. This is taken at the 15. And he'll take a shot at the end of that one, and they'll begin right there. Well, after he punted that ball, he's probably frustrated that they had a sizable return against his punt, but he made amends by stepping up to make the tackle.
Yeah, he made amends and probably covered a few of his teammates who didn't handle it very well, because once the return breaks like that, you're thinking touchdown, and he prevented it with a nice play.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. You look at this Niner defense. Now, they've been a very good unit against the pass, defending at 5th best in the league.
And, hey, they were stingy in the opener. Didn't allow much of anything at all through the air. So now they come into week 2 saying, hey, let's see if we can do even better. Let's go ahead and get to that number 1 spot.
Looking left side, he's got it, complete. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And they'll find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A bit of a catch for him to remember. That's number 400 for his NFL career. Not a bad number at all. On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Now a 2nd and 2. They'll run this one right with Robinson. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. He's got his running back over the backfield. Touchdown! Bijan Robinson, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Vikings post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. And oh, it's blocked. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defense is talking about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30.
The Niners take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. First and 10. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
And his throw here is incomplete. Not sure what happened out there. It looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
And darn right, they did something to disrupt that timing.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Here's Purdy. Connects with Kittle underneath. A nice little juke. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big play that time on the catch and run. And it'll give them a fresh set of downs. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 43. Back to throw, Purdy. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit and it forced an incompletion.
This one caught by Kittle. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 28. A solid gain of 15 yards and the sticks move.
Kittle with the nice hands there, and he's coming off yet another all-pro season in which he was a lone player at this position to eclipse 1,000 yards for the year, and they only needed 65 catches to do it. Once he grabs the ball, good luck getting him on the ground.
Purdy will set up to throw it here. Looking right side, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And the Vikings are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10. Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. Well, let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains. That means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a first down.
And they were backed up to start the drive, but not anymore. Now, that's the play call that the offensive coordinator had in his head. You saw the end result. He wanted to go ahead and push the ball downfield, and that's what they did. And they wound up with good yardage there to get things rolling.
Oh, here's a fake on the jet sweep, and a give to Robinson. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. The Vikings are 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1, and they were able to get that road victory in the opener. Now they look to get to 2-0 in front of the home crowd.
And look, any road win in the NFL, that's huge. But when you do it Week 1, that gets you pointed in the right direction and sends notice to the rest of the league that you mean business.
On 2nd down, another shot for Robinson. And this will be a Vikings first down as he's got this up to the 35-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
They'll run again here with Robinson. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41.
Second down and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Now McCarthy. Finds his man. There's Jordan Allison.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. They'll bring a receiver in motion left.
On play action, McCarthy.
Going right side here, and that's complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last two plays.
What an intelligent play as he found open grass and uncovered quickly. A nice clutch play to move the chains. The defense, they've got to do a much better job of accounting for these shorter routes. And good yardage there on first down, because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively, or it could have gone for more.
From the 17, here's 2nd and 4. McCarthy going to throw again.
This one hauled in, and again it's Robinson.
And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down.
Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. '49ers have an extra defensive back on the field, a nickel set for third down.
McCarthy operating from the gun. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield.
And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 8-yard line.
Throwing is McCarthy.
And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line.
That is Nick Bosa from out on the edge who worked his way in for the sack.
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
From the 3 now, here they come on 3rd and goal. Back to throw. McCarthy.
And it's caught in the end zone for the Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson.
A great effort there in the final seconds of the first half.
And the Vikings go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points. Kevin O'Connell choosing to leave his guys out there. They'll go for 2.
A final shot before break. McCarthy. That is caught. He's got it. And the lead will move to 14-0.
Well, remember back to that first touchdown, Charles, the point after was blocked. So they decided to go for 2 to make it 14-0, but why not just 13-0?
Yeah, I feel like there's a shift in thinking that we're seeing in front of us now in football. Some of it's analytics. Some of it's just different thinking by head coaches. They wanted to get back to level, decided to take a calculated gamble, and felt like they had a good play call for a 2-point try.
Final play of the half. Purdy. And incomplete on the deep ball. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. A 2-touchdown game, 14-0 the score as we get rolling again here in this second half. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start calling back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
And they'll get to him right away at the 40. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
Now Purdy. That one out wide and intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy.
And that has to be a little bit discouraging because after all their halftime talk, adjustments and points of emphasis, their first drive ends with an interception. Absolutely aggravating if you're a head coach because you spent all that time, gone through every situation possible, and it still ends in a turnover.
McCarthy off the play fake. They'll roll him out, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
This defense coming out after the half, and if that plays any indicator, Charles, maybe a little refreshed and refocused here for quarters 3 and 4.
Yeah, they did really well on that one. That's exactly what they need to keep doing if they want to change their fortunes in this game.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the 49ers are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. They've got a pretty comfortable lead right now, but maybe a little too careless with the football that time for the rookie.
I think the key word there is comfortable. And there's 2 schools of thought on it. With that type of a lead, maybe you can take a few more chances because you have a cushion. Others will tell you, don't eat up the cushion with careless play. He'll learn to ride that line as he moves on in his career.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception.
Now a diving effort right sideline. He's got it. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
I felt that one all the way up here. How about that big man laying out and making that catch?
Yeah, that wasn't a 180-pound wideout. That was a tight end. On first down, this is McCaffrey. He's got it to the 43 here.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
From the 43, here's a 2nd and 8. Throwing here, Purdy.
Flushed out right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Purdy now to throw. He'll fire this deep for Ayuk.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time.
Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. And the Vikings are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time.
Glad to have you with us from Minneapolis. Third quarter here, 2nd and 10. To the air with McCarthy. Complete. Jefferson the target.
And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. Good yardage after the catch as that play good for 30 and a first.
Another big play right there. And this is where, as an offense, you can really put the hammer down. You've got a double-digit lead, but those other guys, they've been hanging around. A touchdown here could put this game out of reach, and that's a strong step towards getting it done.
This offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's 1st and 10. Robinson on a give right side.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Here's 2nd and 10.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw.
Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. It's Jair Brown who's got it.
And into the end zone. A pick six for the 49er D as they score the touchdown.
Well, here in this third quarter, the whole complexion of the ball game flips on a dime there, CD. This is back to a one-score game.
And sometimes when your offense is sputtering, you as a defensive unit have to take it upon yourselves to say, we've got to go out there, maybe take a few chances along the way, and see if we can generate some points ourselves. And lo and behold, they were able to deliver.
And this one incomplete. So they went for the two, they don't get it.
I know they didn't tack on the 2 points, but I liked their attempt. After the interception return for a touchdown, I was thinking to myself, forget kicking it, go for two, and they did.
Oh, yeah, and everybody's scrambling. Maybe you catch the defense on their heels. They weren't ready to be out there.
Yeah, it's almost like a sudden change, right? There's a turnover, you take it away.
Now a hit and a loose football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
So a turnover there on the kickoff, and don't look now, but that just made things a little more interesting.
Very interesting, because when you're trailing in a game, these are mistakes that you pray for. You just went down and scored. Now you get the football right back with another great opportunity.
Connects with Kittle underneath.
And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable second down.
A handoff left, McCaffrey. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe And across the chalk, into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown.
Christian McCaffrey.
His first touchdown of the new season.
And the 49ers are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the third. Purdy and the Niner offense, they'll stay on the field. They'll try to go for two here.
The 49ers will line up for the two-point conversion.
They go with McCaffrey.
And he got it on the touchdown run, but he won't get in here. He'll be stopped short, and they'll come up empty on the try for two.
Here is Wishnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they've got the lead here getting late into the third quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that. But the rushing game, almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. And they will not have time to get another play in here as time has run out on this third quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's been a good one so far, just a 2-point game here as we get set for quarter number 4.
Second down and 6 now. They'll go play action. Here's McCarthy.
Steps away.
And he's got this to Jefferson.
And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Hand off now to Robinson. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3. And it's second down.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball.
Here's a second down and 7 from the 37. Robinson with another carry.
3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson.
That is brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
Going for it. Here's McCarthy.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And the 49ers are going to get the football back. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. A real opportunity for them. Their defense got the key 4th down stop. Now all they need is a field goal to snag the lead.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Looked like a pretty good save play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now you get to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game, and all that pregame whooping has turned into results.
Purdy from the gun on third down. Flush to his right. And a big one is here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and sending him back on the sack. So 2 sacks for the rookie, definitely making an impact here in year 1.
And in a ton of different ways, because rushing the passer, that was supposed to be a skill that he was developing. Looks to me like he's figured it out already.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. Robinson up the middle. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
And for the defense, this is a spot where you don't want to totally sell out to stop the run, but you do have a pretty good idea of what you're going to see. And that's good work right there to keep them in check on that first down carry.
2 minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the fourth quarter. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a second down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. And he stopped immediately there.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key third down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key third down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Robinson will score. Touchdown, Vikings. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of a season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
The Niners take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Throwing, Purdy. Eluding the pressure right.
Brandon, once that one broke down, there were only so many options left for him to take. Fortunately, only 1st
first down, so he smartly got the yardage he could get and didn't worry about trying to turn it into a bigger play and end up taking a bigger loss. Here, they hope they can regroup and get something different going here on second down.
Here's second down. Purdy to throw. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Well, he's had the interception woes in this one, Charles, and that time a little bold to throw it into double coverage, but he beat the double coverage.
Yeah, but I admire that he still will challenge defenders downfield, even though the ball's been in jeopardy a few times in this game. A nice ball there against multiple defenders, and they advance it downfield.
Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just run it right down your throat.
And this is going to fall to the ground, incomplete. That very nearly their fourth pick of the game. Instead, second down.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
To throw is Purdy. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And the Vikings force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. Well, we knew this was going to be a tall order anyway, down 2 scores with this little time remaining, but that interception puts an end to any hopes that they had.
All right, partner, work with me here, because obviously scoring a touchdown, getting the onside kick, then going down, scoring again, well, that's asking a lot, isn't it? And that's really not a great expectation to begin with. I think they'll look back on this game and see what got them in this spot in the first place and say to themselves, we really gave this game away.
Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play. 2nd and 11 now. That one looks like he'll throw here. That's down the field for Jefferson. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Vikings. Justin Jefferson, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Vikings are on their way to a 2-0 start. Extra point splits the uprights. And that could be important, as that makes this a 16-point lead. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. This is 1st and 10. Purdy with one final shot here. This one caught by Kittle. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is, in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for Minnesota, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for San Francisco, they'll fall to 1-1, and they will try to get back in.
I ain't seen real problems since seen nothing. I ain't seen real. I ain't seen real problems since tripping off grades. I just be making up different reasons for my nieces. From my way I pick enough to keep it up, but ain't no thing straight. Cause ain't no reason for this money to stay. Like what you want? What you want? I got Jesus giving money, what you want? I've been sitting and pitching this for a reason to cry. So I'ma say I love you, but keep a look on my eye. Cause I can never really want you unless it's money or pride. So when I say I real love it, boy, just know it's a lie. Like I ain't mean it. I ain't mean it. I just need another reason for a sequence.
Another bag, another season, another description, another feeling. Boy, God, I gave him a lot, but I keep.
Homie got a pump cause he got no. Homie stay tripping cause I got no funds. Homie got a pump cause he got no. Homie stay tripping cause I got